person will encourage them. Don't be afraid. Go ahead, but you need to get a pattern on your idea because everyone is thinking, and someone else can come up with the same idea that you're having. And it was also true with another personal friend that I had. He had a great idea for the fast food industry. Both of them delayed in getting the patent that they needed for their business. And you know what happened? When they finally got the courage and got the information needed to start a business of their own, what happened? Somebody else had already got a patent on it, and theirs lay dormant too long, and somebody else is very successful today on two ideas that I have known two people to have where they didn't know the route to take. This afternoon, this book that Waukesha has written is going to give us a lot of insight. You never know when you're going to need it. First, we just want to give you a little brief background on our author. She's a Hammond native. She is the daughter of Mildred Franklin Hughes and Robert Jackson. She has one daughter who is not able to be here with her today. She is the oldest of 4 siblings. And she has an idea that she might go back and rethink. Years ago, out of love for her brothers, she went in the kitchen to make a red velvet cake. But there was no red food coloring. So she used green food coloring for her red velvet cake. Now, Waukesha, if you rethink that thing and think about St. Patrick's Day is coming up, we might can patent a green velvet cake and sell it during the St. Patrick holiday season. Anyway, Waukesha is the co-founder and managing partner of Jackson and Lowe Law Group, PC, a boutique intellectual property law firm based in Atlanta, Georgia. As a registered patent attorney, she specializes in helping startups and multinational companies protect inventions in the internet, software, electrical, mechanical, and medical device arts. Additionally, she represents artists and businesses engaged in entertainment and intellectual property, including film, music, television, and fashion. Like many of the clients that she represents, she is both an engineer and an entrepreneur. Therefore, she is able to bring her deep knowledge of engineering and business to help clients protect and enforce their most prized inventions. Her experience allows her to be able to uniquely understand and relate to clients and their perspectives in helping them grow their businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Miss Waukesha Jackson.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you to everyone for being here. As I look out this old room, I said I wasn't gonna cry, but I was just some tears. That's what that is. Just to see just the love and support that's in this room for me. My 3rd grade teacher is here. My mama's best friend is here. My best friend is here. My dad is here. Everybody here, and I'm just so grateful for everybody that came out to just support me and celebrate me in this. I wrote this book to help, especially small and medium business owners. I work with big companies, but they already know what they're doing. They're established, they already have a team of lawyers on their side, so I've always been that person to help, quote unquote, the little guy to get better and to grow their business and solve their problems. The book is really written in layman terms, it's plain English. I don't, quote unquote, talk like a lawyer in the book, but I really wanted people to know that if you have a business idea, if you have something that you're thinking about, passionate about, number one, get some agreements in place. Before you go and tell and share your information with somebody else that you trust, just make sure that you have some type of confidentiality agreement in place to protect yourself and to protect your business. Because people sometimes will like you, but they might like your idea a little bit better. And also, I feel like there's some people who think they have a business, they go out and they register their business with the Secretary of State's office, and they think that that's all that's required, but there's so much more than that. And you may not even know whether or not your name is taken, whether or not you have the rights to use that name, whether you're infringing on something else that someone else is doing. For example, two of my brothers are here today, Chico and Jonathan. Can y'all raise your hand, Chico and Jonathan? So I'm just gonna use them because I can pick on them, because they pick on me. So let's say Chico and Jonathan decide today that they're gonna get out and they're gonna start a music rap group. They're gonna call themselves Two Fat Boys. Well, they can't do that because there already was a rap group called the Fat Boys. And so they would be infringing on the trademark and the name that's already out there protected by the Fat Boys. But if, they could go do the chubby ones, and that might work. So that's some of the things that I help people to decide and to make sure that they understand as they grow to business. I have another friend who was dead set on this name for her photography business. And I kept saying, so-and-so, you can't use that name. And she kept trying to come up with so many different the versions of that name, but they were already taken by somebody else. And so those are some things that you have to consider. Number one, you want to protect yourself so that no one else takes your idea, but you want to make sure that your idea is actually yours and that it belongs to you and that you're not doing something that somebody else is already doing. So that's one of the, those are the main reasons why I wrote the book. Also, I get a lot of support. I have gotten a lot of support by, from my aunt, who meant a lot to me. I don't know if any of y'all know Auntie Dot or knew Auntie Dot. And
Kicking the tears.
this book is bad.
She always gotta cry.
This is her dedication to Auntie Dot. I would like to dedicate this book to my Aunt Dot, who challenged me, inspired me, encouraged me, supported me, and prayed for me along the way. I always tried my best to make sure that you knew your value to me. Please continue to watch over me from heaven.
Amen.
There's some other things that I want to share with you guys today. So I a lot of people coming up to me and saying how proud they are.
You gotta stop crying. Don't make me cry, baby.
But it hasn't been easy. And to be honest with you, it hasn't even been planned. I started out as an engineer because my mom told me to go to school and be an engineer. That's why I know what the reason for that is. So I went to school and became an engineer. I worked at IBM for some time. And then as I go back to school and I got my MBA. Somebody said go to school and MBA. So I was working a while as an electrical engineer, and then my partner, her name is Lowe, she was in law school at the time. We're growing up where I grew up, in the beautiful, amazing city of Tick Falls. The only type of lawyer that personal injury, criminal, and family. I didn't even understand that there was this whole idea of business, corporate, intellectual property law out there, but she was in law school, and she went to LSU with me in engineering. So, girl, why are you in law school? You know, you have an engineering degree. So she said, you know, there's this whole intellectual property thing. So I started looking into it, and I said, you know what, I'm going back to school again. So I went to law school because I didn't want to waste the education that I received as an engineer. And I felt like practicing this type of law would give me an opportunity to build on what the foundation that I had already established. And so in doing that, throughout the years, I've always wondered what my purpose was in life, what my gift was in life. And I didn't know. I couldn't sing. Mom had me in the choir, I couldn't sing. You know, I can't dance, but I can two-step. I couldn't figure it out. But I started thinking about it and just kind of, you know, people would always call me, you know, everybody called me Kiva. Kiva, I need help with this. Or Kiva, I need help with that. And so I realized what my purpose was, and that's what I started to chase in life. Was really my purpose, was just helping other people solve their problems, and especially when it comes to business, helping other people solve their problems. And I started to look at the people around me and the different talents that they had, how they were using those talents, and they were kind of out there unprotected. And so I wanted to step in and help them, and that's one of the reasons, again, that I've written this book, to really just walk in my purpose, was to serve people that need help in their business, and in their passions. Because sometimes people take their passions and turn them into business. Whatever it is you're passionate about, if you bake cakes, then start a bakery. My cousin Sylvia, she cooks. In a minute, she gonna have Sylvia's Country Kitchen. She don't know it, but I'm playing with it already. That's what she does. You know, and so there's something that each and every, I guess what I want you all to take away from all of this is there's something that each and every one of you do, I have a desire to do, that you do well. And whatever that thing is that people are always calling on you for, whatever the things is that you enjoy, you know, we all go to work and we have jobs and we work for people, whether you're a secretary, whether you're a waitress, whether you're an administrator, doctor, lawyer, whatever it is, but there's something that I think that's inside of you. And you can have a business. You can have a small business. It doesn't have to be anything grand on any grand scale, but it can be something that's yours. And if you need help in doing that, my advice is that you get my book, you read my book, then you call me. Thank you.
Woo!